city stands. Michael Adekule is my name. I'm the anchor of the program. I say many thanks for joining us this Friday morning. Yeah, the 17th of October 2025. My respondents are here with me at the stand and are ready to dissect important issues. Yeah, issues bordering the minds of Nigerians, issues in the nation. All right, this morning we have the Vanguard newspaper, and it's saying something about what the INEC chairman Amukwiton said yesterday. He has been screened by the Senate. He has now been confirmed as the new INEC chairman. And he said, in his time, losers will congratulate winners. In his time, in his own time, losers will congratulate winners. Well, let's see how this goes. All right, on to the next one. We have presidential pardon. Yeah, this is a controversial issue in the country, which we'll be looking at this morning. Also, in the eastern part of the country, there are issues to be looking at. Alex Oti, the governor of Abia State, said something very, very crucial we need to look into this morning, as well as Ohanaeze. Yeah, what did Ohanaeze say? Ministers and Southeast governors, Ohanaeze, have rejected Atiku and Sowore'S nationwide protest. He said they are not in line with what Sowore and Atiku are trying to do as regards the protest slated for the 20th of October. That's this month. They've disassociated themselves from that protest. We shall be looking at it this morning. And I said earlier on that Alex Oti of Abia State, that the governor of Abia State, said something very, very important that we need to look into this morning. He said those planning to rig election in Abia State should write their will. If you are planning to rig election in Abia State, please write your will. It means business. All right, let's quickly look at the story. Abia State Governor Alex Oti has said that the will of God and the mandate of the people will determine who wins the 2027 governorship election in the state, warning that nobody should contemplate rigging results against wills of the people. Oti, who sounded the warning at the government house, Umaya, on Thursday during October edition of Alex Oti Speaks to Abians, said that those planning rigging should write their wills. Those planning to rig Abia State gubernatorial election should first of all write their wills. All right, Nigerians will be reacting to this morning. Let me quickly go to the eastern part of the country again. What Ohanaeze said about the much anticipated October 20 protest as regards the release or the continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that's the leader of the Indigenous people of Biafra. Apex Igbo Socio-cultural Organization, I repeat, Apex Igbo Socio-cultural Organization, Ohanaeze Ndigbo, has disassociated itself Southeast governors, ministers from the region from the October 20th, 2025 planned nationwide protest for the unconditional release of the Indigenous people of Biafra leader Nnamdi Kanu. Ohanaeze Ndigbo, in conjunction with the Southeast governors and Igbo ministers, said it has a grave sense of responsibility and a profound commitment to the well-being of the zone and the stability of the country. So the group has distanced itself from the protests Nigerians are to embark on the 20th of October. We moved on to the Vanguard newspaper this morning. INEC chairman says in his own time, Losers will congratulate winners. Gets Senate confirmation as INEC chairman. Promises to work with NIMC, NCC, others to improve polls. I will audit IRF to identify glitches that undermined 2023 elections. Yeah, is going back to uh, the results of the 2023 poll. Users rapid data depletion threatens telecom sector growth. This is on page 14 of the Vanguard. We'll move to the down part of the paper. Rivers revokes 134 billion naira contract awarded by IBAS. Others refund. Others refund. Rivers revokes 134 billion naira contract awarded by the former sole administrator of Rivers State, IBAS. Others refunds. You can go to page 12 to see this. And we have on 2027 APC moles have taken over IMC. Scribe price out. All right. And the last one, suicide takes center stage as Vanguard's third mental health summit holds today. Yeah, this is on page 7 of the Vanguard newspaper. I welcome you all once again to the program this morning. It is a channel where the opinions of people matter. This is City Stand, and I'm Michael. At the comment section, I need to check out the viewers. I'm sure they're already saying hi to us. I can see Nnamdi Ohanaeze from Netherlands. Yeah, and I'm sure Guna Kingsley from Madrid is there. If I'm not, despite I've not been able to get access to my phone, I'm sure Guna Kingsley is there. Okay, Julius is also there. Julius Osunde, welcome to the program. Thank you for joining us. All right, Gladys Oyabo, welcome to the program. Thank you for joining me this morning. Tujale Moses is also here. Say good morning to you. And wherever you're watching us from, thank you for joining us. Ezinwo, thank you for joining us as well. Daniel Oyemichi is also here. We say thank you. Good morning to you all. Gentleman Mike, good morning. OJ, the global analyst, welcome.
Mr. Mike, good morning, sir. Good morning, all our global viewers around the world. And welcome to City Stand this morning. And saying good morning also to our global sponsors, appreciators who appreciate on this program this morning. Mrs. Tinami, God bless you. Many of them, all of them. I'm saying good morning to all of you wherever you are. According to the time of where you are. We are in morning hour this morning here in Nigeria. Good morning. And I mean my humble self, Mr. Ojulajide, your analyst, you're most welcome. God bless all of you.
Good morning to all our esteemed viewers across the world. Thanks for joining us.
All right, there are questions and reactions to what Ohanaeze Ndigbo said about the upcoming protest in the country to be happening, different parts of the country. This is as we are raising up for the NSAS memorial, what do you call it? Yeah,
October 20th.
Yeah, on October 20th. But I don't know what will happen that day if people will be remembering the people that lost their lives and at Lekki toll gate.
Yeah, 2020.
So Sowore has taken over that date and it's to be used to protest the continued detention of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But with what Ohanaeze is saying this morning, don't you think the group maybe or is betraying the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra by rejecting the protest for his release?
Well, Mr. Man, it's a shock to me that if Ohanaeze can be rejecting the protest for release of one of their sons, Joshua Nnamdi Kanu, I don't really know what are the reasons behind their action. They are entitled to their own action. I'm not condemning it yet because I don't know what are the facts and figures at their disposal for them to have rejected the protest for release of Nnamdi Kanu. I was expecting they would support it.
They are afraid this could fuel crisis in the country.
All right.
Remember that date now, 20th of October
20, yes.
NSAS.
Yes. But I think instead of condemning the protest, I think they should have just, my own opinion is that they should have cautioned the protesters to be civil lawful and not violent. Instead of actual condemnation of that process for their illustrious son. Like I said, I don't understand what are the reason behind why they say so. But in my own understanding, I think they just endorse the process for release of Nnamdi Kanu, particularly when the constitution allows people to freely associate themselves, people of like mind, on legitimate lawful things matter, to freely associate and express it lawfully. So Sowore'S calling people of his like mind who believe in release of Nnamdi Kanu to come and join him, and they have chosen October 20th to express their lawful protest. I think Ohanaeze should have just agreed with them. Should have just take a cue and support them. There's only caution them that please don't allow to be like what NSAS thought to be violence. Just seek for possession to guide them in the process, and then lawfully protest and carry their placards, make the message known to the government and peacefully disperse to their responsible homes. But Ohanaeze now condemning it. Well, like I said, they have the right to entitlement to their own opinion, but they should have supported it. Call and then ask them to go about it lawfully, peacefully, without any rancor. But the issue now is that will even the protest, will it even yield any results?
That's the question.
That's the question. Yes, because as my court decision, court says Nnamdi Kanu should abide by the provision of the medical facility available at DSS, headquarters. That's the position of the court, and that he has been given the day to come and open up on his defense. So I'm not wondering, will this protest will it yield to any results? Anyway, there's nothing bad in expressing your opinion on anything. But what I'm saying is that Ohanaeze shouldn't have condemned it, but rather you have supported it, but now call for peaceful protest, ask for police protection to guide the protesters, and after the protest, everybody will disperse peacefully to his home. That's my position.
Gentleman Mike, I don't know if they are afraid that the protest, may be hijacked by politicians, especially with people like Sowore and Atiku, playing a vital role on this issue. Should politicians like Atiku and Sowore, get involved in issues concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's detention?
Yes, there's nothing wrong in the people you have mentioned their names getting involved in the continuous incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. One thing about injustice is that wherever you find one, you try as much as possible to speak against it. Because it is happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, it can be Kabiru tomorrow, and all of that. So, and that is why people must speak against it. That it is not because we want to undermine our justice system. It is not because we want to say it is needless to have the judiciary, but because we want to say you cannot just keep a man perpetually under the guise of litigations. And there seems to be no end to that litigation. I think that's the position of some of us when it comes to that particular issue. So the Ohanaeze group has distanced themselves from that protest, as you have mentioned. I'm not too surprised. They are trying to be careful. These are people that are made up of eminent personality within that region, and that at that level there is no barrier. They relate very well at that level. So perhaps they felt that giving credence or giving approval to that protest might mean something. They may be having some discussions on the ground that they're having with the federal government. Perhaps that is going on, which one may not be able to substantiate now. So they felt they may not be able to openly endorse the protest, which is fine. But if you look at protests generally in this country, many of such protests have always been designed to be peaceful until law enforcement agencies like the police we try to probably attack such protesters. I think they must learn from history. Protests are not, genuine protests. Those I mean, the one that doesn't have any other under two. Genuine protests are not meant to be violent. It doesn't have to be violent to be effective. All you are doing is to express a grievance as to a particular issue. And as the organizer of this particular protest have said, that they expect it to be peaceful as they march on the street of Abuja, which is a right. Protest is supposed to be a right and not really a privilege per se. And according to the convener, that the police has even been notified, despite the fact that there is no law that really say police should be notified about such. But just to follow due process per se, they felt they should also notify the police, which Sowore'S said they've done. And I expect police should, of course, be on ground to give cover to that protest. Just the way we see it. After all, we have always been borrowing things from the developed countries. That's the way we see it over there. That their mission on such occasion is not to stop the protest, but to give cover to those protests and ensure that it doesn't get out of hand, as it were. But one thing that is likely to happen, which I have also said here, Michael, is that I won't be surprised to see counter protests on that day. Sowore'S has given a long time for even government to prepare for their own response as regards the 20th October protest. So I won't be too surprised to see counter protests. They are also likely to be large in their numbers, with perhaps T-shirts to match, to say no, we are not in support of this protest. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should go through
at the convention center, and it's what I will move from convention center to the announcement center. That is, the 2 votes counter at the polling booth is the same figure that will move to the convention center and be collected. It's the same figure that will move from convention center to the announcement center, and the 2 winners based on the result will be announced. So, but if you have falsified results after the polling booth being collected and be announced, as against what is in the hands of the each contestant, that is, that he will score 80 in polling booth, but by the time collected and announced, they are giving you 50. 30 have been reduced. They announce you as loser, as against you the winner, and the winner. So there's no way a loser will calculate winner. So what I'm saying is that the true details of meaning of what he's telling us is that our votes may count for me to congratulate the loser, or for the loser congratulate the winner. The loser will tell me that this is the result that was given to me by the polling agent at the polling booth. I'm having scored 90, and someone else scored 120. Is what that was announced. They will congratulate the loser will congratulate the winner. But if I score 120, and evidence by the result of the polling booth, and they now go and announce 90 for me, I score 120. They announce 120 as the loser. They now announce 90 as the winner. There's no way a loser will congratulate the winner. Maybe I'm trying to understand what I don't know. Allah is the professor of law. What he's telling us that you will hold him accountable by the results he declared to us. If it differ from what originated from polling booth, that means he's talking from both sides of the mouth. That means talking of that. What he's saying will then be termed to be hypocrisy. This will go to record now. That loser will congratulate the winners, meaning that our votes will count. Mr. Mike, if you score 120, that's the same result for the polling booth. That will go on to the announcement point. It will change from 120 to 70.
2023, the losers congratulate winners.
No.
But in 2015, loser congratulated winners.
Yes. Because, yes.
But the likes of Obi and Atiku didn't congratulate Tinubu.
They said they were rigged. According to them, they said they were rigged. So, Jonathan congratulated Buhari because he knew he lost. Before the announcement of the results, he has called Buhari and congratulated him because the results at the polling booth show that he lost. Jonathan is saying, there's some aspect of that man I like. There's some aspect of that man I didn't like. That gentility of him not looking for power, but at the cost of the life, the blood of Nigeria, I give it to him. Because before the full another result, I called the president, Mr. President-elect, congratulated him, of which good tenure of office. But in 2023, it's the same thing. Atiku said he won, Obi said he won. So how will they congratulate Tinubu? Going by what this man is saying, what he's telling us that our votes will count. I'm telling you.
Can Tinubu congratulate anybody
If
he's defeated?
if Amukuto holds on to his promise and ensure our vote count, no manipulation, no. He has no choice than to congratulate the winner now. He has no choice than to congratulate who the winner is. But if Amukuto is going by his word, I'm telling him what he means by this statement is that our vote will count. There will not be manipulation of result from the polling booth to the coalition center, from coalition to the another center.
All right,
That's it.
thank you. Gentleman Mike, can an election be credible under this current system of appointment? A situation, a system where president appoints INEC chairman. Can election be credible in this kind of system? Is it possible? He said he will make sure that losers congratulate winners in his own time. Is it possible under this current system?
Well, it is possible. It depends on what we are putting on ground for our elections. Because even in the US, I think I read somewhere that it is the president that appoints who has the electoral commission. I think the act is called Federal Electoral Commission, FEC or whatever. So the appointment may not be too wrong per se, but if they have a system that is to some extent seamless, that is to some extent devoid of human interference and all of that. See, the world has gone beyond some of the ways we are even still conducting our elections, and I think it is deliberate. I stand to be corrected. These people don't want an election that will be too open, and I think what Amukuton is talking about is not cheap talk. I can only hope that it's not just playing with the minds of Nigerians with cheap talk. Losers will congratulate winners is no cheap talk. If he cares for my advice, it is real work, and he must be ready to stake all he has to get that position materialized. That indeed a loser can now afford to put a call across to the winner, say congratulations. Part of the ways this can be achieved is to open up the entire process. What is transparent won't be contested. What is transparent, there will be less of litigation, Michael. And I think that is the core area he must focus on. He should leverage on the technologies that we have now and ensure that things are being transmitted real time. And I think that is the only way we can be thinking of a loser congratulating the winners. A clear departure from what we have always had in terms of ballot papers moving from point to point, and people begin to interfere with those materials. You must leverage on technology. You must open up the system. Recordings must be allowed. If you don't have anything to hide, why you see? Most INEC chairmen are too far away from where rigging takes place. They are going to sit in the situation room. Of course, definitely, I don't expect them to be in all part of the country. It's not possible. But they are too far away from where these politicians. He must understand, and I believe he is part of the system. So he knows our politicians. These are very desperate individuals that will stop at nothing to get whatever they want. So if you are dealing with that kind of people, you are not just talking cheaply in terms of losers congratulating winners. You are putting measures, verifiable measures in place to ensure that happens. Or else we are just playing, Michael.
All right, let's rush to the comment section. I'm very sure viewers are commenting right now. All right, move down to Julius this morning. He says, I think Ohanaeze Ndigbo knows the gravity of crime against humanity by Nnamdi Kanu and should not participate in that injustice. That injustice protest by another terrorist, Sowore, on bail by the court. All right, we move down to Daniel Onyemechi. Are we still talking about praying without acting? It's just a waste of time. Sowore and revolution now all the way. On to the next one. Should we be seeking justice for those murdered? Okay, city stand should be seeking justice for those murdered by the terrorists Nnamdi Kanu and his terrorist group IPOB or ESN dash dash. Okay, there's Julius on this. We'll move down to Nnamdi this morning and what was he saying as regards what we are discussing. Please, Mr. Adekule, I don't want problem. Tell OJ to pronounce Ohanaeze, not Ohanaeze. All right.
I don't trust you. He's just being mischievous.
He said you should stop tagging his son name to criminal organization.
Somebody didn't hear me call Ohanaeze.
And that's his own name.
Yeah, that is his own name.
He was being mischievous. He has dirty motive. His intention is dirty.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I didn't call Ohanaeze. I was educated. I'm educated, so I don't mistake Ohanaeze for Ohanaeze. He's just being mischievous.
All right,
that's it.
All right, that's OJ and Nnamdi for you. We'll move down to GOA and was it telling Mr. Olajide this morning? Olajide, what's the problem with GOA and Nnamdi Ohanaeze? Olajide is waiting for his 70K.
It's not his busy. I'm waiting for Mr. Mike. These people they don't contribute positively. They are mistaking the platform to be a comedy, something that
everybody promising 70,000.
Mr. Mike, what is what happened? Government of Nigeria to community development area came to different places to empower people. People come and enroll for government empowerment, and I also participated in it. And as people, some set of you have been paid. This my entitlement. If you get my turn, I'm paid. I'm in Nigerian. I'm in Yoruba citizen of this country. So when you get my turn, I'm paid. It's my own money. So what is this? They should contribute constructively, objectively to the issue of discussing, and stop trying to be frivolous with master does not bring success to the state. This is not a playing center. It's not a community center. It's not a place to come and be bringing frivolous matter up.
All right.
Bring up the constructive matter to the point. Understand it's not a play. This is not a play center. It's not a game center. It's not a community center.
All right.
If you want comedy, go to where comedians are.
All right.
Bring up constructive. Engage them constructively. I will engage you.
Business.
Yes.
All right.
Tell them. Mr. Mike, tell them.
All right. You've already said.
Let's not be wasting people's time here.
All right. Nnamdi again. OJ, OJ answered his question. Very simple. Will your brother accept defeat and congratulate Obi in 2027?
Let's him go back. Let's him rewind to the statement I've just made. Or I move it on.
All right. That's the straight answer.
Yes.
Please, Nnamdi, just rewind.
He doesn't listen.
All right. He goes again. I'm an Igbo man, and I'm telling you that Ohanaeze Ndigbo is not speaking for me. That's for him.
Okay.
The only person speaking for him is Ndigbo. Okay. Is World Igbo Congress and MK. That's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Okay. Now, away from the comedy on ground, let's take a look at what Alex Oti of Abia State said. He said anybody planning to rig elections should write his will. What kind of statement is that?
Don't believe them. They are all the same.
Kind of statement of strength?
Mr. Mike, that talk is cheap, but doing it is exactly what I'm concerned about. Alex Oti is very good to have said that, but the powers that be, including him, inclusive of himself, yes, inclusive of himself, will he play the game honestly, sincerely, as supposed to be? Will he go to issue with equity, with clearance? If election comes in Abia State today, will he allow the true will of the people to emerge? Supposing the will of people of Abia State is that we don't want to again, will he allow it to come to pass? So all these politicians are so desperate that we don't take that for their word. They are not reliable. I'm sorry to use that word for them. They will say one thing now, they will do something else again. If he's saying that whoever wants to re-election should write his will, Does it cut across all political class of the politicians we have in Nigeria? No, it doesn't cut across the class of politicians, including himself, until the masses begin to take the bull by the horn. Like what I said about Amikus now, who said losers will congratulate the winner. Until our results being declared to us is the true reflection of what happened at the polling booth. And that cannot be achieved by the masses. Mr. Mike, I'm telling you, don't leave it to this INEC and police and no. It is masses that will take up the struggle on their own and demand that, take for example, on the day of election, after the result have been declared at the polling booth, we stand by it. We follow it to Coalition Center. We ensure that what was announced at polling booth was corrected. Because the masses also march from there again with the results collected to announcement center and ensure that that's what is announced. By the time masses were able to do that, there will not be rigging. And something we don't need to tell us that whoever wants to rig will rest his will. Because masses has ensured that the right thing has been done. I'm not excluding him. He's part of the whole political class, of which you cannot trust them for whatever they are doing, whatever they are saying. So, talk is cheap. As I said, that does not mean they are not fool. To now mean that anybody will, to now mean that people will not rig. People will still rig. They will still rig towards the same election. So that I'm not taking away by I'm not overtaking by what I'm talking about. Yet to that is good to have given us a hope that the loser will correlate the winner. Meaning that if our vote truly counts, there won't be, as my co-speaker have just said, there won't be litigation, there won't be crisis. Jonathan correlated Buhari because he knew we lost. So the same thing is this.
Thank you. Gentle, why that statement? Anybody planning to rig the election should write his will. Is also afraid of losing the 2027 election, or is he not confident about his popularity in Abia State again? What brought about that statement?
Virtually all major political parties always have a rigging plan.
Yes.
I mean, the topmost political parties now, the known ones, most of the time there is a rigging plan. It is just because one supersedes another, and that is why you see that they quickly shout that we have been rigged out. If you check properly, they also have some element of rigging within their system that they planned. Maybe perhaps it didn't work out, or the other person was stronger and all of that. So what Oti is saying is not new. As my brother said, talk is cheap. When it gets to the election time, will you be able? Do you have systems in place that can really checkmate rigging? Do you have systems in? I mean, one of the last off-cycle election, a whole voting machine was brought out from the vehicle, from the car of a politician. Begin to ask yourself, how did he get the machine? And all. See, these are desperate people, as I said earlier, that checkmating them is just by mere words. There must be system in place, verifiable system in place, transparent system in place, which they don't always want. That is why they speak against once you cast your ballot, go home. Before you know it, those people that are trying to observe that rigging is not done, they will be tagged as miscreants. It is even the same police that will round them up and say these are miscreants. They are trying to. Politicians will compromise all agencies of government to get whatever they want. These are things we have always seen in this country, from police to military to everyone in the line, to INEC officials, the recs, resident electoral commissioners. In fact, those ones are the ones that eventually wreck some of our elections. Just like as their name sounds, they wreck some of our elections with the way they have colluded with politicians. So OT is not telling us something new. It is whatever new that is bringing on board that it should be explaining to Nigerians, not just by saying they should write their will. Those are just mere careless talk in my estimation.
All right, thank you.
Many thanks, bro.
Good morning, Femi. Welcome to the program. Good morning, Mr. Michael. Thank you.
And I say happy weekend to all our viewers across the globe. We say thank you for joining us once again this morning. May God continue to be with you and bless you all the time. Thank you very much.
Has he lost confidence of his popularity in Abia State? I'm talking about Alex Oti. He told people, he advised, or he warned people that are planning to rig election to write their will. Now, should the sitting governor be making such a statement? This is a person that I believe shouldn't be afraid of losing an election with his good works in Abia State. What do you have to say, Femi?
We are in Nigeria. Anything is possible, and we have witnessed it a lot of time where you will see some people performing, but it will not translate to election. I think some people even prefer politics than having a good governance. It has always been like that, that best candidates sometimes may not win. And you know what he's talking about. He has to be afraid because he will have been witnessing some fire. I mean, some pressure from him. I mean, from opposition, especially APC in that state. So the fear of APC is the beginning of wisdom, and you have to stand like that. So I'm not surprised that he's standing like that. Even if you are a best candidate or best governor, they can still remove you. That is the truth of the matter. Despite, won't you fear a country where number 4 become number 1? Won't you fear? Won't you fear a country where you can use judiciary to upturn, I mean, your mandate? You can snatch your mandate away from you. Even before you will run and come and reclaim your mandate again. Okay? They have robbed you of your maybe 3 years of your tenure. You have witnessed it so many times. So I don't blame him for standing like that, and I don't see that maybe he's weak or he's afraid. He has to be afraid.
But does APC stand a chance to take Abia away from OT in 2027?
Are you not afraid of APC? There's no place they are, except I don't know, that kind of determination you will have. If they want to look at how they take him now, from number 4 to number 1. Yes, these people bent on taking a particular state. But they will just look for one wuru judge somewhere, and they will request that probably. What is not here, they will create it. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is going to 1,000. They will create something for you, something that is not there. So the man know what he's talking about. Go and listen to Benjamin Kalu. Benjamin Kalu, in fact, Benjamin Kalu acknowledge that OT is performing, but you want Abia State to understand. And if you see kind of that kind of desperation, and Benjamin Kalu, he has not, I mean, relent in his move, romancing everybody and making move every day to make sure that they push OT out of that government house. So the fear of APC, like I said, the fear of APC is the beginning of the wisdom.
All right, I don't know if OT is suspecting federal interference in Abia state election, but can Hurricane Tinubu take over Abia State? Is it possible? Can he take over Abia State? Take it from Alex Oti?
Yeah, good question, Mike. But let me follow the protocol likewise. We thank God for the day. Thank God for all this. Our supporters has been, blessing us. We give you all the glory. We give you all the honor. We give you all the adoration. God bless you, Tina. Anywhere you are, God bless you. Anywhere you are. Thank you very much. Now the OT issue, I can tell you already, Mike, that the APC can ousted OT from that seat, and that is why he himself, I think, at long run, I see his body language, because the labor that he belongs to is the only lone ranger in the labor family now, and I can say wholeheartedly that may even make him just to go and join the APC so that he can belong, and the Southeast generally can be APC party. Because that's yes, I can tell you. You say who? I say, I can tell you already. The only channel the Southeast can become president is through the APC. Mark my words. Because the PDP they have been romancing, what did they bring for them? What did they bring on the table for them? It's just those used and dumb. They give them Senate president, they give them, and they will still cause confusion for them. So to me, the OT will read the high ground, we must have read the handwriting on the on the board that is a long ranger now, and he has to join his fellow Southeast governors, so that because it's a coalition.
So only you cannot just stand out and say you will be a one-man moped. It can't work for him. So to me, Oti himself, mark my word, he will soon go alliance with APC, because all
And you think that the people of Abia State are ready for that?
they are ready.
Are you sure?
The Mike,
With the words of Oti in Abia?
Mike, the strong men in Abia, the the Kalu of this world, they will try and convince him. You know, Oti is a gentleman. I like his style. He doesn't even, he doesn't make much noise. And you see the same thing Barry make all the noise of this world. So I like him for that. That he's so composed. So I can tell you actually now that Oti will be swinged. I mean, people will sell him. I mean, people will engage him for him to join the APC. And is the last, I think, is the last the governor that is standing by now, that on the platform of the obedience. And obedience now, I mean, obedience has crashed. I don't know whether people will occur with what I'm saying. Obedience are nowhere to be found any longer, because majority of the obedience, they departed the obedience when the President Tinubu came into power.
Says you.
Yes, so they confirm the information, they will classify the information. I confirm. They disappeared. Have you been hearing their voices? Have you been hearing them?
I don't know if Femi is still hearing about
It is true that the voice of obedience is not as loud as it was before 2023, and it is obvious when you see that the hope is thin. I mean, that kind of a thing will make them silent, but they are still in existence, but not as loud as, you know, these people, this set of people, they are youth. Majority of them don't believe in perseverance. They want, we want something and they want to get it now. And immediately they don't get it, they just back down. So that's what I'm complaining about, obedient, that majority of them, they are not ready to join this politician in their ropo fight at a grassroots. So they are just on the surface. They just want to be as a president. What about the structure? What about the governor? What about the senator? What about the rep? These are the people that will work for Mr. President. So they are kind of a floating people. Their agenda is still floating, but I know that they are in the system, but not as sound as they were before 2023, and even as the vexure is continuing every day, I think it's making them to be weaker. They are being silenced to some extent, but I know that the spirit of obedience is still dwelling in some people's hearts.
All right, let's move down to what the INEC chairman said. He says in his lifetime, losers, or in his own time, losers will congratulate winners. Well, my question this morning is that would any opposition candidates, Femi, I'm talking to you, would any opposition candidate ever congratulate a winner in an election that a president appointed an INEC chairman?
It's very, very hard. It's not feasible. I don't see it coming. What we witnessed during Jonathan's regime may not repeat itself in Nigeria. And if it will be repeating itself, it will be very, very scanty. Amokwita is talking as a person. You are just INEC chairman. You are not the one that appoints all the electoral commissioner. You can only do little. In your own way, if you know you cannot do their bidding, the only thing you can do is for you to resign. And somebody else that will carry out their agenda is waiting. So I just want to see that one as just a mere campaign or promise, as we witnessed during Yakubu Mahmoud, that the promise was that the election will be translated through electronic. And we saw even before the general election, we saw what we witnessed in Osun State. That was when we test run. A little bit there was a sanity there, and people were open that we are going to witness another dimension when we are doing our election. But unfortunately, we saw the other thing. What we are hearing is a glitching or something. You know, Nigeria know how to coin some words that are not even popular before. They just look for one thing or the other, and they say there is a glitch in the process. So I don't see it coming.
We run a system that allows the president to appoint an INEC chairman. We have a new INEC chairman, person of Amokwiton. But would any loser congratulate winner in an election like that? He said in his own time, losers will congratulate winners. Is it possible?
Yeah, I think the message he's sending out is like it's coming with a what's it called? Just coming on with a clean hand. It's coming on the table with a clean hand. Transparent, transparent election. That is what he wants to, arrange for Nigerians. And I can say that Amokwiton as it is, he said that because the other time the loser failed to congratulate the winner, who happens to be the president, the likes of the Obi, and they grooved. They grooved because Obi did not win the election. Likewise, Atiku. If you're saying Obi won the election, where was the vote of Atiku? Atiku had more votes than Obi. Yes. So what are we now saying? All of them. That was why they rubbished themselves in the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court judges were just lambasting them. That even their lawyer, they have to pay fines. But our youth, we are too gullible, and they just be directing us anywhere they want. If they want to use them, they just direct them to one destructive space. And that is what I'm saying. This time around, all these people, they will still the loser will congratulate the winner, and they've seen the handwriting on the board already, on the table, that they have nowhere to go because they are not prepared. You're not prepared for election. You're not prepared to even get your supporters on shape, because I've never heard of obedience any longer again, because I know what we faced when we were engaging them during the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu first term, and I know how they were in multitude, and they came out in multitude. They always even engage us in all this area we have now. But where are the obedient again? Obedient they have infused them. They have they've infused them, and some of them, majority of them, have joined the APC. So to me, nobody should be crying out loud, because this is the time they're supposed to be gathering. Reorganizing themselves, but they are sitting down and they believe the election, or the election is a la carte, that you just get there and they will hand over the winning spot to you. So to me, I think this contestant under the PDP, under the Labour, they need to go back to classroom of politics, and who know the road, people are following now, and who know the road now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, about politics. And that guy, I give it to him. I give it to President. President has been monitoring Nigerian election right from the Yaradua, 93. He has been monitoring. I was even I attached myself to all the events there. He will be there, understanding Yaradua, the late Yaradua, senior Yaradua. And he was part of the people that lobbied for the Yaradua and the Atiku to step down for Abiola. So he has done his, he has paid his price, he has paid his due. So let him get his prize, the good prize he deserve. So I can say all the other newcomers, and Atiku President Atiku, former Vice President Atiku, is not a newcomer likewise. So I don't just know why he's not stable. He's not really a politician that is stable. So when you go all around now, you might go around, and you didn't bring any fruitfulness from it, and you now be blaming. You now want to be blackmailing somebody that's worked hard for him to be where he is today. I think Nigerians, a lot of blackmailers, and Nigerians with propagandas, I think we just be managing them.
All right, this is Chino says, our youth are not gullible, as you said. We moved on to William for cameraman this morning. You're welcome. And he says, Mr. Kule, why do you derive joy when bad things are happening to our political parties in Nigeria, apart from your APC party that has not been doing well since 10 years? Why do you derive joy in that? All right, so this says, after Tinubu in 2031, let's see how all of you Tinubu supporters will feel, because the table will turn.
There's some information that cannot be dishing out here, in which every one of us has to key into. key into it, because I can tell you 2027, 2029 you are talking of 2031 is talking of, you could see there will be another dimension. That may be the decentralization, that may be the decentralization may come up. And I can tell you actively, we can't continue the way we have. You know, we can't continue. We are ready, and that is why you see the coalition. And the coalition will now is even being extended to the north generally. And people will be asking me, why not? I'm talking of the north central of this world, and which they've been neglected. They've been neglected for a while. So everybody will sit down and sit down and say which way we want to go. And I can say wholeheartedly, somebody that is dreaming of that year now, I mean, there will be a reform. There will be a reform before that year, and everybody will sit tight, because I don't know whether they are enjoying the alliance of our brothers that are threatening our life, that are killing us. I don't know whether those people are doing, because he's talking of 2029 or 28 or so I don't even want to know, but it's just trying to be earlier than the time. When the time comes, we know we will liberate ourselves, because this is the first time. This is the first time the Northern will not be dictating who is going to be our INEC commissioner. This is the first time. They have been bringing our INEC commissioner. They have been bringing our INEC, the most strategic places. They put their people there. And this time around, it is the turn of the South, and that is why we are having Southern coalition. And kudos to my brother from the Southeast there, my fellow brother that really understand politics. Kudos to you all. The others, the whalers that doesn't understand politics, I still pray that they will catch up with what is the trending that is going on. And I can say wholeheartedly, I'm so happy that we are having alliance. All the Southern governors are coming into alliance now. That enough is enough. We are not people that you will be tablespooning, that will be giving us, carrot that we don't deserve. So let us wake up from the slumber, and thank God they're waking up from the slumber. But it's we, the masses, now that need to wake up from the slumber to know the direct way. Neither they don't like the Mr. Tinubu, but he is going to change Nigeria for good, in which we benefit from.
All right, that's cool. Still on 4+4. That's 8. Yeah, 4+4. That's cool for you.
That's the slogan.
All right, that's the slogan. But away from that, let's move down to the southeastern part of the country, where Ohanaeze Ndigbo said the group will not participate in any protests taking place on the 20th of October this month. They've rejected the protest. Of course, the person that is pioneering this thing, that's Omoyele Sowore. But don't you think this rejection will weaken the campaign for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release?
Honestly speaking, let me tell you, no amount of, protest can release Nnamdi Kanu. I believe that's my submission, that no amount of protest can release Nnamdi Kanu. I think much more diplomatic way of dialogue can release him more than protest. Protest will just lead to something else. And Igbo people, they know what they are doing, except some of them that cannot reason. Do you know that if anything happen in that place, they believe that they will be the targets. Even despite that it is a Yoruba man that is leading, it is Igbo that will be target. It is Igbo that will be start everything that happened in that place. If something goes wrong, they will not say someone else already that led it. Number one. Number two, you see all this Ohanaeze socio-political group and all this are very of a thing. Some of them just appear on the paper. They don't control the masses. And I thank God the way they stand it, that on their own, no, they are not going to participate. It's like Avenivere is talking in Yoruba land here. On the political space, if Avenivere is talking, they have very lightweight. Can Avenivere come back and pass me to vote for somebody I don't want to vote for? No, the answer is no. We know who control the ground. So likewise, Ohanaeze Ndigbo in that place, so many times they have spoken. Sometimes nobody listens to them. So this one they are saying that they are not going to participate. That will not stop some people that will participate from it. But to me, it's an insult that it's somebody like Omoyele Sowore that will, champion that kind of a thing for 4-5 years now that the guy has been there. Buhari was there. The protest they can do was limited to Southeast, and it was not organized by the political elite. It was organized by the grassroots people. So Ohanaeze Ndigbo himself know that he's playing to the gallery by inviting the political class to come and join them in protest. And like I said it here, that would be a ridiculous thing for senator, for members of us rep or governor to come out and keep behind Sowore to go and seek for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Logically, it doesn't sound well.
And why did he pick that date?
Hey, you want to? Yes, you know Ohanaeze Ndigbo.
Remember what happened?
Yes, I know.
2020.
Let me tell you, Ohanaeze Ndigbo, he like to use that's his own area. That's where he specialized to. That is his own strength. Protest. If they say Ohanaeze Ndigbo will be protest every day in Nigeria, he's ready to look for something one way or the other to protest against, and he know how to, canvas people. So he want to reawaken the spirit of NSAS, but unfortunately, he will not be able to do it because NSAS don't have leader. Who is the leader of NSAS? You can't say. So a protest that a meaningful protest in Nigeria will not have a leader. Is it not Ohanaeze Ndigbo? By the time they pick him like a chicken like this, the way they pick him when Buhari was there, and throw him for inside one corner, everybody will back down. So a protest that will go. Look at all the protests that we have been having recently across the globe. You cannot pick points that this is the one person that is leading it. So far a protest has a particular leader. Is that leader they will face. So I don't see this protest as something that will lead to release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, except they still want to sacrifice some other people's life, because these people, they are not care. They don't care. That's the problem. Man is still standing in the front of court, and you want them to release him. No, let him. They have asked him to come and defend himself. So Ohanaeze Ndigbo to me is looking for opportunity. Likewise, Atiku, to bite into the heart of Southeasterners. He want to patronize them, and it is not possible. No matter what Ohanaeze Ndigbo did for Igbo people, if you contest for president, nobody will vote. Even if you secure, if you go to that place and you bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and come and give them, tomorrow you will still have issue. That's the truth of the matter. So
still vote to be.
Let's forget about it. So Ohanaeze Ndigbo can do his own whatever he know how to do best.
Why did Ohanaeze Ndigbo distance itself from a protest that is meant to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out of detention? Why?
Why is Nnamdi Kanu, let's get it right, Nnamdi Kanu himself goofed. Nnamdi Kanu himself disrespected the hall, he disrespect the others, the leaders. He disrespect them. And what am I saying? You know, they said that Agbawa Loja Kori Omo Tuntun Ro, an elder cannot be in market, the head of the newborn baby go astray. And that was why the leaders came in when the case started. But what happened? Nnamdi Kanu rubbish all the leaders. You have to respect your leaders. Likewise, you have to respect your government. After God is government, right? But the guy just took everything, set everything on fire, and you are expecting for that the leader he has insulted. He even insulted his lawyer. He insulted the lawyer. Come on, let me talk. Come on, drive here. You know, I witnessed the procedure then. And what happened? You have to, I always say, when you feel so that you are this, you are that. God doesn't like a pride man. That is what is happening to, what was it called? Nnamdi Kanu. So proud. Let's call it a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. These people are not helping him. His followers are not helping him. And I'm here to say that.
You can't say that he's pride.
He has pride. Come on. He has pride.
Someone has pride.
Nnamdi Kanu, he came into. Wait.
If what I'm telling you, people have said that to
what I'm telling you,
what
I'm telling you, what I'm telling you, get me right. I'm still repeating myself.
I'm still.
Kenya
Sorry. When it's your time, you talk.
No, Kenya court declare him free. Kenya court say he's an innocent person, and Kenya court accuse all those who are oppressing him, who kidnapped him from Kenya to this place. Mr. Kune, where are you?
Why are you?
Kenya people, who not be whole Africa.
Where did they pick
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of Africa?
Where did they pick? Where did they pick Mazi Nnamdi? Is it not from Kenya?
What is happening?
Where did they pick from?
You are talking about the leader.
I think you are saying Kenya court.
Where did
the Kenya?
You ask me a question. Can I answer you? Can I answer you? You say where did they pick him?
Yeah, the last.
There are fake leaders. We have so many fake leaders in Africa. I didn't pronounce anybody. There was fake leaders in Kenya, and they apply injustice on the head of Nnamdi Kanu. Those fake leaders. Their people even fall to them and push them out of power. And when those who understand, those who want to practice justice arrived, they brought back the case of Nnamdi Kanu, even in his absence. They judge and say he is right, discharged and acquitted. And there's an amount of money they say they should pay. Because you are a Nigerian, and inside Nigeria, we know what is happening. We know all sorts of oppression, atrocity, injustice. You still stand there to accuse the person that the court of Nigeria has declared acquitted and discharged. Allow me to talk. Wait for your turn. Wait for your turn. Wait for your turn, please. Wait for your turn. Can you allow me to speak? You say you guy push him. Nobody called him. Nobody pushed him. He's not a truck. He is an educated person, very well educated. When you speak in the court, you will know that this guy is high. So nobody called him. He came by himself to defend his rights. And then when he saw all sorts of injustice, he started to react. Everybody reacts, you know. Whenever you are facing injustice, it makes everybody to react. And today, he's not the one that's organizing protests. Look, let me finish. Let me tell you. He's not the one that's organizing protests. It is those people that see in him something. And those people that see that he's not guilty of anything. That's why they gather around and come and say he must be free. He did not organize any protest to prove you wrong. To prove you wrong. Nobody pushed you in.
Why did Abaribe?
Abaribe is who? Abaribe is who? I'm asking you a question. Abaribe is who?
Yeah,
is he not among those who wasn't among the politicians of Nigeria?
This guy sacrificed himself.
You are not advocate of God. You are not advocate of God. You are wrong. You are not advocate of God. You can't tell a human being not to offend God.
Too shorty for him.
You can't tell a human being not to offend God. You don't know who is offending God and who is not offending God.
Abaribe too shorty for Nnamdi Kanu.
Who is Abaribe? Is what I'm asking you. Is he not one of the politicians?
100 million. Is he not one of the?
Is he not one of the stomach politicians of Nigeria?
Is the
people who want to eat, and because they want to eat, they are ready to sacrifice everybody.
Sacrifice everything because of
as we are all sacrificed today.
Yes, Abaribe. Now look at that means you are not following the.
My question: who is Abaribe?
You are not.
Who is Abaribe?
See, the matter is Nigeria is going to occupy Abuja come on the 20th. Nigeria will occupy Abuja. Nnamdi Kanu will be free. You are pardoning mortal criminal, dead killers. You are pardoning them. What about the innocent that say, but people must have privilege to live accordingly?
Mr. Kune today.
He was kidnapped from Kenya. And the man that kidnapped him, they know it was illegality. The kidnapping illegality.
Kenya, if the president was the government
of Kenya They are attacking Kenya. We have no place to answer. It's a innocent and Nigerian government the rule of law. Nigerian government they don't respect the rule of law. The rule of law. They must respect the rule of law. Why did they not be free? Okay, so Kanu has to be free. The president said we are planning. The president was occupy Abuja. Let them know that enough is enough. Enough is enough. Now arrest you now. We are not for the justice. We are not for the justice. We are for the justice. Where is the talk? I will protest now here. Everybody can go now. On Monday, occupy Nigeria. Must not die in prison. If you should die in prison, there will be a big problem. Nigeria is free. Occupy Nigeria. Let him free. Free him. He deserves to be free. The court has discharged him and acquitted. Why only him? Why are you holding him? It's Nigeria. Why don't you go home? Don't you better?
Now you don't go take your place in
me. Okay, I'm a popular citizen like Kanu, and I know Kanu was fighting for the fundamental human rights of his people.
It's okay.
And we buy it. We must go and say Kanu must go free. He must be free. Freedom. You haven't committed anything.
You're done, right?
Thank you for him, and that's okay. He must be free. So, how long will you pay for our freedom?
Oh, this guy. Oh my God.
We are tired of this situation. This government is let the rule of law be applied accordingly. Accordingly.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Accordingly, let the rule of law.
That's okay. You made the point clear now.
We are not happy with the situation. So
okay. So what we say? If you are done, what we say?
Okay. Mr. Kune, I simply want to conclude by telling this.
But the Kenya
many
parts in
you are still talking. You are still talking. We know our country. We know Nigeria. We know that politicians of Nigeria, many of them are fighting for what they will eat. See what is happening today. Many are defecting simply because they want what they will eat, satisfy their people and their generation. They are so much self-centered. So when you talk about Baribe, this and that, I know all those people doesn't move me. The only person you can talk, look at Sowore in Burkina Faso. Will you call him a rebel? Because Sowore delivered his people from the yoke of France and he decided that his people will be free. Now the Kanu fights for his right and he's fighting for his right.
Right, thank you.
The whole world, all Africa know that. And Kenya has said it that Nnamdi Kanu is innocent. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I'm not fighting.
Good morning, Mike. Thanks for having me. It's a brand new day. We give all glory to God for keeping us alive. Even despite all the challenges that continue to confront us on a daily basis, we still remain standing. And we can only ascribe the glory to the Almighty God for having kept us this far. I want to say good morning to our esteemed global audience and good morning, my fellow crew members.
Good morning.
Yeah, we are talking about Ohanaeze Ndigbo not supporting this protest that is slated for the 20th of October this month. Is there any reason Ohanaeze is distancing himself from this protest that is meant to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?
Mike, I think we need to get a lot of things very clearly, we need to understand whether this statement was credited to Assumpta Mbata or the one that Isinguzo always go about and make reckless statement he doesn't understand. Who is the Ohanaeze leader? Why is the newspaper? That's the problem with the media. Why is the media reporting what they don't know? Is the statement credited to Ohanaeze president himself? That's why Reno Mokri went everywhere and brought rubbish upon his head. Because this is Nigeria. One of the problems is the media.
because you believe that the Singuzo is aligning with Tinubu. Yes! The Singuzo, they are the one who met him. Who know what is it? I know when he was as a youth leader. I've met him several times. Simply because he aligned with what? I want to see the president of Ohanaeze come out publicly and say that Ohanaeze is distancing themselves from the protest. Then we can take it up from there. That's the problem we have in Nigerian media. It's everywhere. I don't know what. I think it's time will come. We stop talking about these politicians, for goodness sake. Yes, we start talking about them because they don't have anything to offer. Until Azunda Bata come out and said, an equivalent man from Port Harcourt come out and said, this is the stand. He has told Bola Tinubu to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know why they are reporting this kind of rubbish. It seems that have aligned themselves. They are the one that created their own Ohanaeze. I don't know anybody call it Singuzo. So I cannot tell you that that statement published on this newspaper is credible. That's my take on that.
All right, Vincent, your take on this, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
You see, I've always looked at events that crop up on a daily basis in this country. And when I see, when people continue to mention some umbrella body or Ohanaeze Ndigbo, it's supposed to be an umbrella that will champion the collective resolve of the Eastern people, I mean, of that, of the Easterners in the Nigerian project. A situation whereby the objective that they set out to do initially was meant for the good, for the collective good of the entire people from that extraction. Now, it is now being turned to a kind of a tool for mercantile advantage. And when you now use mercantile, when you now infuse mercantile opportunism into your your program, then so it will no longer align again. Then you have set aside the objective, the initial objective for which it was meant to achieve. And going back to your question, let me not differ. I think for carrying out loud, I've said it countless number of times on this platform that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu deserve to be free. Because obviously now you can see the junketing from to the court back to the DSS gallows and everything. All sorts of animations and character are tied to this man's release. And also, let me also lampoon the Southeast government, except for one, that is Alex Oti, who has now come out boldly to say, okay, this young man deserves to be free. Every other one are playing politics around his case. I stand to be corrected if it weren't so. But one thing is that when you look at the entire dynamics, it shows that it's more political than the reality. And if come October 20th, as the case may be, if people of good reasoning comes out to also follow Sowore and his aims in, lending a voice to the free Nnamdi Mazi Kanu crusade, I think maybe the state actors that are all this while that has not been permissible to good reason will reason in that light. For so long, what can you call extremism? What can you call terrorism when your fundamental human right is being stolen from you? And you see people from the other extraction, walking the streets free, and they call them repentant Boko Haram or repentant terrorists. Then this one that is fighting a just cause, why the continued hostage of this guy is against every known law, any known law of the land, to also to continue to infringe on Nnamdi Kanu fundamental human rights. I think it's a sad commentary on our nation, and I believe that we are in the eyes of the world. If this federal government wants to pass through the moral compass, I think they should be the needful and free Nnamdi Kanu.
Now that some of the Igbo leaders have distanced themselves from this protest, Obi as a political figure? Can we have Obi match to Aso Rock like Sowore?
No, Mike, I will not support Obi. Getting involved in this kind of a thing. The only thing he knows he owes in this regard is to say his mind. Because he's already a target currently now.
But what we need is action.
No, but he has already said it. There's a matter of action, But let me just tell you very clearly, this protest, this protest cannot free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It just to attract attention on the injustice that is going on. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria where an appeal court discharged an acquitted, and the matter was taken to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court referred the matter back to appeal court. Have you seen it happen anywhere? It has not happened in the history of Nigeria. I've never had a feat before since I was born. So, whether Sowore-Atiku-orchestrated, my brother, I'm telling you, it does not matter. What they will succeed at the end in achieving is just to get world attention on what is going on. As simple as that. That is just what it is. Because everything concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has already been compromised. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Anything that has to do with that. See, what you are seeing there, Ohanaeze, I'm not talking about that, but I know the real stand of the real Ohanaeze. Those who are aligning with APC, it's their business. It's okay. They have every right to do it. But the Ohanaeze Youth Council are participating. The media will not report this kind of a thing. The media, one of the problems, look at the disgrace Ronald Mockery enjoyed when he went and, compromised a certain process, collected money from the federal government, and imported people. He said they are diplomatic representatives from Ted Cruz, a senator in the United States of America, to come and testify. He was totally disgraced. The man in his presence, Ronald Mockery and whatever the federal government paid for his bill, he came to Nigeria, and Ronald Mockery was totally disgraced while sitting down. That's the picture. When someone goes there and protest, that's his business. But what we're saying is very clearly, Nigeria does not have any interest when it comes to the people of the Eastern region. They have turned legal matters to politics. And we are seeing that they should come back and carry out a retrial. That's Bola Ahmed Tinubu carry out a retrial on that matter. See, William Ruto made it very clearly. Nigeria is going to ICC. There's no doubt about that. For invading Kenya, based on that, what's the justification? Has anywhere in the world, can you point anywhere in the world where IPOB is declared as a terrorist organization? Nowhere in the world. But these are people you can see physically. They do not bear arms. I do not know what Bola Ahmed Tinubu tend to achieve with this. But whatever it is, all this thing has a multiplying effect. As you are seeing this thing go on a daily basis, it has a multiplying effect on the consciousness of many Nigerians that begin to question this unfortunate unity. They have played everything possible best at the end of the day. But let me tell you, if I to open up more details surrounding what is happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I will not leave here for now. But what I'm saying currently now is this: the process has already been compromised. Not by currently now. I don't want to blame any Southeastern president, governor, or rubbish, or Eastern politician, or whatever. If Bola Ahmed Tinubu is conscious of himself currently now, the bulk of this thing falls on his table. I've said this countless times here. If he does not believe in an agenda, then let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be granted freedom. He has not committed any offense. There's nothing that they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to. Would you say now, ask anybody here now, would you say, I want to committed an offense where they took him to? Is it not the same Tinubu that came back and pardoned Abat Macaulay. Because I don't know how they want to be playing all these things. So, but the best option for Nigeria, not to start accusing anybody and start pointing fingers on anybody, is I don't believe that the Nigerian government will do it. My solidarity is with the United Nations, is with the world leaders themselves to look into this very well, and I think they are documenting it. Because if you listen to the guy that Mokri brought from US to come and testify against Christians in Nigeria, the man disgraced Mokri. And made it very clearly that the report of this thing will be taken to the United States of America. That's the kind of system we run. When it favors you, pretend as if nothing is wrong. Everything about Nigeria is fractured. And nobody can come and tell me it's like this, it's like this. I will not buy into that.
With your take and view on this report, would you say Ohanaeze has been factionalized?
Yes, I can tell you that. Yes, I'm telling you now. You understand? I was in Enugu. I followed the process when the Wayan was around. I know the number of Ohanaeze leaders that have been on the federal government under APC to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All of them have died without having Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released. The single that is making us was the Ohanaeze youth leader. I know him very well, and I know what he is into. If it is a holistic decision by Ohanaeze themselves, yes, we would have listened to Azonta Mbata, who will come out and said, this is the position of Ohanaeze. Mike, go out for check and be honest to you. Under Nyewodo, as Ohanaeze president, I sat down with this issue when he was youth leader. I don't know how he managed to become Ohanaeze president. I don't know where he came from. In Enugu State, with the one was said that Mike, I don't want to give you details about it, because when I see this thing being reported in the media, I see the media does not know that Ohanaeze leader was elected and he's from Ikwere, Port Harcourt, and he's the only one that have right to issue statement concerning what is going on behalf of Ohanaeze. But when you go through this kangaroo backyard and you find the one that you have given money, you have bribed, I start telling you, Ohanaeze, which Ohanaeze?
All right, straight to the comment section. Big T Prince says, nobody is bigger than the state. Kanu cannot be released without conditions. Very simple. He's putting
no. Let me also put it to whoever that is calling that he called himself Big T Prince or whatever. But listen, if you don't know what to say, you understand, go and do proper research and find out your position in what is happening in Nigeria. Then you'll be able to define yourself. Define yourself first. You define yourself whether what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing is illegal. That's the first question you ask yourself. Because what the Madagascar president is doing is illegal. What happened? What happened in Nepal is legal. What happened? These are the questions you ask yourself. I can tell you back to the history. The First World War that was initiated in Nigeria, nobody saw it in the world. Nobody saw it coming. A woman was killed because of tribalism, and ignited the First World War. The Second World War had a similar thing. When we are trying to protect humanity, when we are trying to protect the law that governs the universe according to United Nations, he said that it is illegal. Normally, Nnamdi Kanu does not supposed to appear in any court of competent jurisdiction if United Nations is very active in protecting their laws and policies. Because he has seen a man, according to international law, that was kidnapped. Kidnap is a criminal offense. How can criminals be trying a criminal justice case like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?
All right, Big T Prince, like I said earlier on, said that nobody is bigger than the state. Kanu cannot be released.
Bros, the people are bigger. People are bigger than the state. People are bigger than the state. If not, Madagascar wouldn't have fallen. People are bigger than state. That if not, APC will not be where they are today.
And in response to what he wrote here in the comment section, Udeze Chima says, but can a president be bigger than the constitution or court verdict?
I wonder.
A Big T Prince.
I wonder.
Also take on all this, Mr. Vincent.
Though I want to a bit I do want to reply BT Prince the way it is, but once we are on this platform, I think to some extent we need to educate ourselves on some things. I did mention I did say it before on this platform. I think it was BT Prince that even raised that question. I said, if Nnamdi Kanu were to be your brother, would you have ascribed to the kind of the treatment being meted out to him now? I remember I said so, and you can also give an allusion to it. But at times when we are trying to, because it's not about emotion, it's about the ground law. What does the law say concerning some certain things? And the law, I equally mentioned that justice delay is justice denied. You can see the back and forth that this case has attracted. You understand? Today is in court, tomorrow is out of court, next tomorrow is in the DSS gallows. Again, they take him again to another court. You can see the shifting of the case from one judge to the other. To the extent that a judge said that he or she is not going to take charge of that case again, because it's becoming something like a drama, a comedy drama. But to me, in as much I want to align with some aspect of his submission that nobody is bigger than the law. But I did mention that Nigeria is a classic case of animal farm, where some animals are more equal than the other. And I still make allusion to it. I have not deferred from what I said before. And it's playing out to everybody's glory. And I want to say that for crying out loud, in as much that we might have some emotion tied to a particular end, that does not mean that we should not say it the way it is. I believe justice should be fair to all. What if equity is being brought to play in our justice administration system? I think by now, Nnamdi Kanu should be working on the streets as a free man.
Now, with what you said now, are you in support of the protest?
The protest, I'm in a way, I'm in support of the process, but protest has not really achieved what it set out to do in this part of the climb. But we have many before the now. And how much result have we gotten from those protests? But the only thing I can do is that if Muhammad Gandhi should do a protest of non-violence and they achieve result by that, I don't think why that one cannot also be played out here. And I want to say, for crying out loud, that as much as propaganda is a tool that can be wielded either positively or negatively, because what my fears about protest that at times it might set out in the right direction, but before the end of the day, it will be hijacked. That is my fear. And I have seen that it's no longer a potent weapon in this part of the divide to achieve a concrete result. That is why I have always said that though in spirit, body and soul, I'm not saying it as a result of even trying to cut favor from the people of that instruction. I believe there is a one word in Yoruba parlance that says, if you could free all the so-called repentant terrorists, why can't the same thing also be extended to Nnamdi Kanu? That is my take for now.
I don't think with the protest could make a difference if people like Atiku, or the political figures like Atiku, will be Sowore on ground.
You see, let me just answer it this way. You will get me this way. Now, you are selling Guguru and Nepa. I'm equally selling Guguru and Nepa. And at a stage, then there is, we have a crowd somewhere that want to come and buy from us. Is it not the way you package your listing? I see same Guguru and Nepa that is there. And all of them, the people that are there, they are also equally political actors. Mind you, Sowore has a political party. Atiku has a political party. They will cut whatever happens to their own advantage, to also to defend their own nest. That's my take on that.
How in anticipation, what do you have to say? What are you expecting as regards the protest?
The protest is just I wouldn't say it's going to achieve its objectives because the bulk of the whole thing lies on Bola Ahmed Tinubu's table. He cannot coerce the commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, except there's a greater force that is bigger. You cannot coerce him. So it's just to show solidarity, over what is happening. Me, I am not a support of it. But anybody that feel that I've never supported it because I need to understand the Sowore as an activist and Sowore as a politician in this issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So whoever that is going there, okay, nobody should, because it's their right. Whether he are chosen, yes, they feel that they need to register and their salvation, the way and manner the voting was going. And remember, this issue of protest came as a result of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's health. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria where they have to pick doctors from all the geopolitical zones in Nigeria. I never see this kind of thing before. Then the one who go check head go there. The one who go check torso go there. The one who go check this one go there. Mike, see, at a time they are creating some kind of consciousness that will tell you clearly, that this nation called Nigeria. I don't want to use that word. Thank you.
All right, move down to the comment section. Victor Prince says, Mr. Vincent, I totally understand you, and I totally understand your response, but we have to allow the court to get the job done quickly.
No, okay, can I respond to you? Then I want to say one thing. How many times will you continue to go to a market to scoop water? I believe that this matter has already been dispensed with in the competent court of the land. And if it has been dispensed with, why must it still return back to that same court? I believe the whole thing is a comedy show. It's more of a theatrics. And it should not be allowed in our justice administration system. I believe if equity must be served totally, I think the right thing should be done, irrespective of whose horse is God. I'm not saying that if he has a case to answer, let them bring it out. All this waiting in the wilderness until we will reach the promised land is nothing. It doesn't show some form of excitement on my own part. It shows that when we continue to have a country like this, how much justice can also be dispensed to a common man, you and I, on the streets. And for crying out loud, even the media too, they need to lampoon. Because if they happen to be the fourth estate of the realm, they should come out and say the truth. Forget about who is your personal sponsors. Come out and say the truth. If you are the fourth estate of the realm, you also to act as a check on all these absurdities and inanities that is cropping up in the social fabric. And I believe that a word is enough for the wise. I did also equally mention that change can only come in two forms. It's either planned or forced.
Thank you so much. All right. So yes, we appreciate here. Good morning.
You just come. Yes. You can even do 4.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Mr. Vincent. Good morning, our excellent viewers.
Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah, thank God.
Good morning, all of you. This is Biafran Evangelist Benjamin Sinachi, one and the only Biafra.
Some of your leaders are not in support of the protests to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What do you have to say?
Yes. Excuse me, sorry, my brother. Yeah, they are not happy. If now you go happy. They are not in support. Likewise, you, if you are there, you will not support. You are supporting a man that have never held any political position, not even local government chairman, but he has mouth more than you as a governor. He command influence. He command men of different age with a different ideology. When he speaks, the whole world pays attention. I want to give you a look, for instance now. The day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appears in the court for the very first time, did you watch the video? Go and watch. Not even your president have been able to put that kind of crowd. That is to tell you the influence of that young man. So those guys in the southeast, the governors, are scared. They are afraid of him. Because they know if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released, do you know what happens? They will become voiceless. Their voice will be completely and totally buried. You see why they don't want him to be released? Take a look at now. Do you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu broadcast education? He have educated many nations. Take a look at Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso today. Take a look at Mali. Take a look at this man, Niger. Take a look at many places now in Africa here. You will agree with me that it's not only in Nigeria here or the Igbos or the Biafrans that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have opened their eyes. Even among the Awosas now, do you know that Awosas are waking up from their slumber? Because of the broadcast, the speech, the education, the impact of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And because of this, everybody has woken up from their sleep. So, and the governors, especially in that east, are afraid because at least now that it's not outside that is there, there are people that still disobey them. And there are few that still listen to them. Do you understand? But if Kanu come out now, both those that are loyal to the governors will turn their back, they will do head like this. The man we want, our choice, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And anything he says, both the youths, both the aged men, do you know that our daddies, like my daddy now, he was one of the people who fought for Biafra, which escaped his dear life, which my uncle died in the process, Uncle Jack. Now, as I speak to you, do you know that if Kanu should come out now, somebody like my dad is concurring with the Kanu more than the governor? Are you hearing me? I remember Biafra from Ebonyi State. I know what I am saying. If Kanu come out now, speak. Only Kanu working. If you free Kanu, there is going to be shut down 7 days. Go slow alone. From Lagos here, alone. Say Kanu is going home. But take it, only him going home, my brother. There will be a traffic for almost 3 to 4 or 7 days. Because everybody, both the blind, they will like at least, they will like to come and do what? Touch him.
And the protest move a mountain? Will it?
He said what? The protest? Yes. You know, Nigeria government, Nigerian leaders are the people that have conscience. I believe they shouldn't give the permission or allow this protest to hold. How do I mean? You do the needful before the time. But because they are conscienceless, they don't have feelings. That's why they will allow the protest to. This is going to be the highest protest ever in this country because the mobilization, the way the people are tripping, moving, ready for this protest, I've never seen it in Nigeria ever since I was born.
What's your own take about the protest?
All right, I think I want to disagree with those who said that protests are not yielding results. In 2012, when Jonathan came up with the subsidy removal, it was protests that ended it. In 2020, the NSAS, today we don't have SARS today. You know, that is credited to the protest, the NSAS protest. See, that is the only way you can ventilate your anger as a citizen of Nigeria. You understand? Whether you, okay, why is the government always countering? Why is the government always scared of people going out to protest? Because they know it is your right. And once you go out, you attend the international community. That this is how much our government have failed. You understand? So I even though Ohanaeze said something here, and Ohanaeze said that that statement was not coming from Ohanaeze Ndigbo. But I am expecting the leader of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, if this is not coming from them, they should have swiftly come out to debunk it. The fact that they did not debunk it has shown that they are in line with whatever the statement that is made. You understand? It's unfortunate. I want to register dissatisfaction because a socio-cultural group like the Ohanaeze should be the one to champion the cause of every Igbo man, to protect the interests of every Igbo man, to project the interests of the Igbos at the center. Should we say that's the reason why the Igbos have not produced a president? Because they have a socio-cultural group that do not really stand with them. The socio-cultural group of the Yoruba people were the first to endorse Peter Obi, not even Ohanaeze, the Igbo Ohanaeze. And it is unfortunate. It is really unfortunate. But in a way, I would want to say, if a group of people suffered intimidation over time, you demonize them over time, you would have succeeded in establishing fear in them. Probably because of what they have suffered over time, fear has been established in them, and that they are scared of coming out to exercise their right. Let's look at the North, for example. Criminals are everywhere in the North. They know them. If Mohammed Yusuf and was the other person that succeeded him after he died, Shekau, were to be Igbos, the entire family would have been arrested or killed. Nnamdi Kanu's father was killed. But Shekau is from Maiduguri. His parents are there. His mother was interviewed many times. You understand? This was a man responsible for the death of thousands of people. You understand? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. His family are still there. You understand? Unfortunately, that is not how to run. You can't run a country, in a situation where there is no fairness, where there is no equity, where there is no justice. And that is what we are doing. The injustice meted on the Igbo people, is something that should call for concern. It's something that should call for. You cannot run a country like this. Now, look at what is driving today about genocide on Christians. You understand? Do you know why the international community want to take that seriously? Like the America want to take it seriously? The reason is because we have criminals everywhere in the corner, extremists. They have affiliated themselves with a religion, carrying out crimes, killing people in hundreds and thousands. You understand? The government turned a blind eye. But a man who says this union is not working, you understand? You detain this man for this long, even when the court discharge and acquit this man, you are still keeping this man. If you look at the way and manner he was even brought into the country, Nigeria should be the one facing crime trial in the court. You went and kidnapped this man. The Kenyan people have come out to attest to the fact that what was done to Nnamdi Kanu was wrong. You understand? Anytime you hear crisis in the north, see the Igbos, but I'm not Igbo, I'm from the north. Anytime you hear crisis in the north, the people who suffer more are the Igbos. I'm telling you this, and I'm inviting anybody who say I'm lying should come out. They lost properties because they own the property. Most businesses are owned by Igbo. So if there is a crisis and shops are being burnt, the shops are owned by Igbo people. You understand? They are not in your government. They don't participate in anything. They are just there to carry out their legitimate businesses. And then these are people who are over 99% Christians. So if somebody is saying there's a genocide on Christians, that person is not, is not shying away from the truth. That is the truth. But I am disappointed that Ohanaeze, their position is like this. It's so disappointing. I don't expect them to exercise fear in the presence of, they should be able to challenge this level of injustice. Sowore is a Yoruba man. We've seen what this man has done. For anybody liking him to be a politician, I do not want to know. Whatever you stand, so long as you are, projecting the right thing, I stand with you.
Well, good morning, Mr. Naki Adekule, and good morning, our reviewers, wherever that we are. Remain blessed. May good Lord bless you people. Now, for what you're saying, we say that there's hatred. That hatred from 1960 till now is still going on. Now we're talking about Ohanaeze. Ohanaeze are serving Nigeria government. They don't have the right to come out for protests. But there's somewhere Nigeria are going. Nigerian nation are calling Nnamdi Kanu a criminal. What about they say? I don't know the criminal. As they want a criminal to kidnap him, they have already acted as a criminal also. Now, federal government of Nigeria have already released those who are terrorists in Nigeria. Those who kill, those the drug barrel, they release them. Mr. President, pardon them. What about Nnamdi Kanu? Yes, if something is coming out to ginger Nigeria out, Nigeria is going somewhere, and Nigeria is thinking if time did not take, Nigeria will sit before 2027. So what they are doing, the handwriting have already come out. If the Somalia that come out say that they want to do a protest, Atiku come out, others come out. How do you see the government to come out to protest against government? Let me just tell you, Sowore's is looking for a favor for a new nation. It's a favor that is looking for favor. Let us tell ourselves the truth. It's looking for favor. He knew that the nation have already come. But for Nnamdi Kanu, look at what come out from yesterday court. Did they put any move of releasing him? No. Which I tell some of my people say, if federal government of Nigeria want to release Nnamdi Kanu, it will be 2026, not this 2025. Federal government of Nigeria are using it and playing ball. But along the line, that ball will come against them.
All right. Good morning, sirs.
Morning.
Yeah. Mr. Okwara, can you tell us the reason Ohanaeze Ndigbo is rejecting the call for the demand of Nnamdi Kanu as the protest to be embarked on the 20th of October this month? Is there any reason they are distancing themselves from that protest?
I am Mr. Panadeni Okokonde. I thank God Almighty for how He's exposing everything. I thank God Almighty on behalf of all our fans all over the world. May God be blessed and praise into eternity. In Jesus' name, amen. You see, Ohanaeze Ndigbo, when we call Ohanaeze Ndigbo, who are the Ohanaeze Ndigbo? There are not more than 500 people. Jobless people, Ohanaeze Ndigbo. Who elect them? Who appoint them? What the constitution, both in federal and state and the local and traditional, hold them to be Ohanaeze Ndigbo. Eh? Ohanaeze Ndigbo died the day John Nyawo to enter to that seat. Ohanaeze Ndigbo died the day the left Iwanyawu entered that seat. Ohanaeze Ndigbo died the way George, the left George or whatever entered that seat. Ohanaeze Ndigbo is a bunch of traders who want to make profit from their goods. And what is the goods? Betraying their own people. They set the poor people up to make money. And the crime they have committed, most of them, they live in crime. So they don't want the thing to come out. They know that people like Nnamdi Kanu, who is enemy of crime. Nnamdi Kanu is an enemy of crime. They know that if he come out, their nyash will be open. Nnamdi Kanu is just like a whirlwind blowing that don't cover anything that is seen. Nnamdi Kanu is a tool in the hand of God to judge the people like Ohanaeze Ndigbo, to judge Igbo politicians, to judge Igbo traditional rulers. This is why all of them that are staying in evil don't want him to come out. You understand? Now, at the coming to federal level, they know that Nnamdi Kanu have opened the eyes of so many people. Even in detention, people are still crying for him. The main stakeholders of Nigeria, Fulanis, know that Nnamdi Kanu have opened the eyes of many Northerners, mostly the Hausas. Therefore, if Nnamdi Kanu come out now, the movement of Nnamdi Kanu will be worse to those people in corridor of power.
Now, for more clarification, I want the viewers to understand, and some of our respondents here. A report by Guardian says our Ohanaeze group won against protest for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. Igbo Apex Group, Ohanaeze Ndigbo, and Southeast Peaceful Youth Integration for Tinubu on Thursday advocated for peaceful dialogue, not protest, for the release of the leader of the Indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, noting that prominent Igbo leaders have been making serious efforts toward achievement. So what they are against is the protest.
I mean, Sowore,
not the release of
Nnamdi Kanu. The Sowore that organized this.
Do you think the protest will fuel crisis?
The Sowore that organized this protest, what did you call it? Peaceful protest. Did you say violence protest? Did you say killing protest? And the way he's programming the thing, the way he's educating people now, do you think violence in it? Unless people like Ohanaeze Ndigbo, people like so-called Igbo peaceful youth will come in disguise and cause mayhem. Unless,
But it has happened before in this country.
if it happened before in this country, we are to be blamed that time. We will cause the mayhem. I'm telling you, Igbo governors like Senator Oji Sokalo, they will organize a Bibago, they will organize Udogachi, they will organize Agri Chamber and give them flag, Biafran flag. They wear IPOB, go to Abuja, go to anywhere and cause mayhem.
And don't you think Ohanaeze Ndigbo is right by saying
People
should sit in their houses?
People will sit in their houses so that Ohanaeze Ndigbo will continue to make money on the head of Nnamdi Kanu. People will sit in their houses so that Ohanaeze Ndigbo will move in as if they are God in Igbo land where they are nothing. People should sit at home. How many times have Nnamdi Kanu come to court? Peaceful way. Peaceful way is it not a court? The high court in Abia State verified Nnamdi Kanu free, discharged and acquitted. High court in Enugu verified Nnamdi Kanu discharged and acquitted. Appeal court the same thing. Federal government still hold him. What have Ohanaeze Ndigbo done? Is it not a peaceful way? How did they speak out against it? So-called the Igbo youth, peaceful youth, what have they done for all this area? Kenya government have given judgment. What did Ohanaeze Ndigbo say? What did the Igbo elite say? What did the Igbo peaceful youth say? Somebody will go and take paper, write whatever, and say Igbos. Am I not part of the Igbos?
Felix,
am I not part of the Ohanaeze Ndigbo?
Hold on now. All right. When from my own point of view, what I am saying is that it shows that the unity of the Southeast and they are not united. You understand? If Sowore can volunteer, a Yoruba man that they have been saying that the Yoruba have been stabbing them, volunteer to say, I am going to lead a peaceful protest. What are the things that Sowore have done? He has written to the Inspector General of the Police, he has written to DSS, he has written to even your Ohanaeze. He has written to all of them that they are going to Aso Rock. What was his aim and objective? Free this man. Free this man. And what I am hearing people are saying now does not show that the Southeast are united for their brother to come out. If you wait, sir, no. Now let me talk. Let me talk, please. You understand? If you want to release your brother, even if your elders talk or Ohanaeze, they represent you people. There are ways you can resolve it when you have your monthly meeting, not coming and castigating them. Your Ohanaeze knows what they are saying, that he knows that they have been killing your people, and he's saying it based on certain things. Meanwhile, the Ohanaeze somehow they brought politics into it because they are going to release Nnamdi Kanu. That is the aim and objective of Sowore. Even Atiku is backing them up. Now, what I expect the Southeast to do is to give a full back support. That's why I said the Igbos don't know how to play politics. The politics they play, they don't know how to hide it. That is why in the Southwest, they know how to play the politics. In the North, they know how to play the politics.
They don't want people to lose their life.
Because you know,
the name of protest.
No, sir.
Don't you think so?
If you play politics,
Mr. Akwara,
Excuse
me.
me.
They don't want people to risk their lives.
So
the name of protest.
Are people not losing their life? Whether protest or no protest? Okay, what of Operation Baton Dance? Is it protest? What of Operation Kaki? Is it protest? CKC, is it protest? People were in their room. You know that if you go to East now, Southeast, we want what we call Onwana meeting. Onwana meeting has stopped now. You will sit your kingsmen discussing, and will come, police will come, yes will come, and raid you. Is that purpose?
All right, hold on. Please, let me go to the comment section. Mr. Felix, with your respect, you are fond of coming to this program to say that the Southeast aren't united. Stop that.
Yes. Stop it. That's why
I am 100%. Listen to me. Wait. I am 100%. You understand? I am 100%. If the Southeast are united, Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to have gone out since. Let me talk, my brother. Wait, let me talk. Nnamdi Kanu, you understand? Nnamdi Kanu, the only person that stood with Nnamdi Kanu are Baribe and this governor of Abia State. They are the one that stood behind. They stood with him. The innocent Igbo people that are doing business
They shot them at home. Every Monday they are at home. That's the Southeast, they are not united, Mr. Ferris. There is something I want to correct you. That the Igbos are not united. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not is in the prison. I disagree 100%. Because in a family, maybe Mr. Ferris is the only son in his family. Because if you have if you're in a family whereby you have different, especially in the East, you have boys. When you are a meeting, you don't expect everybody to agree in that meeting. There is always disagreement in every meeting. And let me put it to you, people, many like me, do not believe in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at the first place. But when I now saw what is going and where it's going to, I have to concur. As a result of how I was dumped when I was in my sub following Owazurike, because I thought that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to the same Owazurike did. But now I have seen the difference. So in a journey of freedom, in the fight of freedom, even Jesus Christ, when he came to this earth, to this world, to fight for our freedom, he said the Pharisees were against him, Sadducees was against him. So what happened? He went ahead at the end of the day, free humanity. Go to the Bible, the book of Exodus. Are you hearing me? When the journey of the Israelites started through Moses, did the Israelites concur with him? Did they all concur with him? No. It was a gradual process. Those that concur at the end of the day, even though that still, are they not the one in the wilderness that said, you would have allowed us to remain in Egypt? You understand? It has been like that. But go and check again. Go and read. I don't know. They have already removed a history in Nigeria. Even though I say go back.
There is history in Nigeria now. It's
go back. Go back to your history.
It's still in the curriculum.
Go back to your history. You go back to your government.
It's still in the
people that have fought for freedom. Are you hearing me? Go and tell them that you people every country that fight for freedom, that gain freedom, never unite completely. They never unite completely. Go and read about Sir Williams, a man who fought for the freedom of the Scotland. I'm giving an example. Not everybody agree with him, of which he himself died in the process. He did not live to witness that freedom. What are we saying? Go and check this man, I've forgotten his name, of Belgium. Belgium. Does he stop their unity? Does he stop their freedom? Are you getting it? Okay, let me bust your brain. Do you know that South African left Mandela? Do you know that his wife left him for freedom? Am I lying? No, if your wife could, leave you because you are fighting for freedom, then what about the other ones? But yet, does it stop South Africa not getting freedom?
They kill them a lot.
You understand me? Go and read. There was the poem that time.
Go and work on Ohanaeze. Not representing you people well.
It's not the one representing us. What's your problem?
Don't let him to disagree you.
Night 4 in Soweto. Night 4 in Soweto. It was a historical that happened against South Africa. Against the blacks in South Africa. Night 4 in Soweto. In the days of our literature. That was many years ago. So you cannot tell me you are fighting for freedom. You expect everybody to welcome it. Especially those that are eating from the government can never welcome it. You understand? Those that are in government eating can never welcome it.
All right, BT Princess, even politically, the Igbos are not united. He said he's just being honest. Is it true?
Yes. Politically, yes. Igbos are not united. Politically. The only place Igbos are united is to make money for business. Politically, Igbos are not united because our system of government, naturally, Igbo system of government, Igbo system of leadership is different from others.
Democracy.
Democracy. If you come to Igbo culture or Igbo originated foundation of leadership, we don't have king. What we have is a spokesman. And if he sent that spokesman message, he went and misbehaved. And then we withdraw him and appoint another person. Now,
the decision is not taken by one man.
By one man in Igbo land.
In our place.
our own culture. Collective. Even these traditional rulers is a warrant chief. British give to us. They change it to traditional rulers. We don't have traditional rulers. We have all sort of Igbo origin. What we have the first son, as he said, the family. The first son will go and represent the father family. And if that first one go and misbehave, when he come back, the other one behind him will speak hell unto him. They will not beat him up because he messed up. Understand? We have to learn one person will speak. One person will speak, others will debate. Papa Sotai, Rankadede, not in Igbo land. That's the problem we're having. And our enemy capitalize on it. Yes. Using criminals to destabilize Igbos. Yes.
All right, Andrew, Jimmy says we reason things differently, so it is not easy for people to be united. All right, we'll move down to Nnamdi. Chico Block says, Oga Biafra, Igbos are not united. I am an Igbo man. Udeze Chima says, Igbos voted Peter Gregory will be 99%. What other unity is more than that?
God bless you. Always. Do you want them to show that they are in love?
All right, BT Princess, please, Mr. Mike, I have something from Mr. Felix. I will call you soon today. Yes, Mr. Felix.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, give to KK. We are already, that's our government, United States of Biafra. We are doing it not to defend our land and people all over 40 states, Biafra. You can and Google it now. Okay, it's talking about the unity of Biafra.
Which is supposed.
Yeah, there's a Chima. Michael Abiola was betrayed by his Yoruba brothers.
Yes, sir.
And they united and they sold out their brother MKO.
Which Tinubu is one of them. Tinubu is one of them. Not being is one of the people that betray MKO. And let me tell you again, in Yoruba here, what do you please what you don't know? Who was part of the people that was at fault. Yes. That you will not understand. It's a game. It's a game. Understood by Abiola right from the last election. Where were you? It's a game. Forget that game. Mr. Kule, I know you. I am not surprised if you come fan. Hello, Abiola, if I hear. Right from the just election. Excuse me, just election. Abiola, where come in the night and the day you take another thing. You understand? Are you lying? Buy it and for back. If I don't know, I'm not united. No, it's not for us.
Listen. Even Awolowo was betrayed by his brother MKO.
If we said Awolowo betrayed MKO, no, MKO betrayed Awolowo. We remember that election there in 1989. I know you. We know he betrayed, but that Tinubu betrayed MKO! You are a liar. No. I concur to that. You are not going to understand the game. This is politics. You don't know. Go and sit down. This is the politics. People don't know. Excuse me, you go to the dark and stab at the back. You go to the front and pretend. How old were you then? That is the game. How old were you then? You are asking me. I look like the just convention. I look like just convention. How old were you? Don't see me. The game is over. You should go over the camera. This is why we don't know what you are saying. You know we saw the convention. Where were you when this is the politics? Where were you? That was the game. No, nothing. Come on. You understand about the game? That was the just play.
Thank you so much. All right, we'll be back here tomorrow for another interesting, story. Thank you. If you are watching for the first time, make sure. If you are watching us for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. Also tell them about what is going on here. All right, I can see your message, BT Prince. And what did you right? Yeah. Okay, 20K each for Mr. Felix. Mr. Kule, 20K each for Mr. Felix, and Mr. Kule says Big T Prince. All right, thank you so much for that. And to others in the comment section, we appreciate your engagement. We say a big thank you to all of you. Jacob DF, we appreciate you. Chico Blocks, thank you for joining us. Anthony Jirichuku, we appreciate you. Chief Udese Chima, also appreciate your comments. Udese Chima, Sofa Biodu, Andrew Gujimi, and now we appreciate you. GOA, we say thank you too. Nnamdi Anusi, Netherlands, Gift OKK James Manu, we say thank you. Gladys Oyabo, Asaba Dragon, thank you so much for joining us. Andrew Gunjimi also joined us. We say thank you, and to the rest of the viewers that I can't get their messages now or get their names, I say thank you. Emmanuel Oguji, we appreciate you as well. All right, be back here tomorrow. Yeah, like I said earlier on, with more interesting stories. That's the weekend edition, Saturday, the 18th of October. We'll be back here. Thank you, all of you, for joining us. Goodbye.